teach the masses how to behave. Because here's the thing about evolution is that Darwin didn't say that the human race is evolving by some kind of natural process of like genes that you don't control. He said that a fraction of the human race is evolving. I don't know, have you heard these distinctions? So the
Yes.
elite are becoming something more
Something different.
than,
Yes.
yes. So
Yeah.
we're not
So
all evolving towards some like ultimate thing. It's the elite are taking control of these things and making them happen and believing that they're the Olympians, as they say in the Community of 300.
yes.
They're evolving and we're getting left behind.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is something that people don't seem to know. Like when I talk to or debate with modern people who base everything on like evolutionary biology, they don't know about the Darwin Wedgwood family and that these were like some of the most elite of the British elite and that they had this philosophy. Darwin's original philosophy was not just that, like, oh, species are evolving towards something better or more efficient. It was a totally different idea that, and in fact, his belief was that most of humanity was devolving
Mm-hmm.
and that we needed to control and steer evolution. In the series on psychology that Courtney and I have been doing, we talk a lot about this because some of the founders of psychology who were the most important and set up all of the academic psychology departments in Europe and America had this belief system that the elite are evolving towards something transhumanist. We
Mm-hmm.
would call it that now. I don't know if they would have used that term then, but they really believed that they were on this like transcendental kind of evolutionary path where they were going to transcend their humanity someday. And that the rest, this is why they were all eugenicists, the rest of humanity was devolving and
Yeah.
becoming weaker and crappier, basically. And that to curb that, you know, this elite group has to continue their transhumanist evolution, and then we have to do eugenics on the rest of the population to control them because they're really just beasts and they need to just be civilized enough to be cogs in the wheel and work for us and get all the resources for us and things like that. But we're the ones who are supposed to be controlling everything and guiding everything and steering the evolution.
Right.
And there's a very long, very creepy history about all of that with both of those families. So that's really interesting that he puts that in there.
Um, I can't remember exactly how it is, but the title of Origin of Species is weird if you read the entire thing. Look it up. Look up the
Yeah, I
full
should.
title of that book.
Yeah.
Because he's talking about they think of the ordinary population as evolutionarily retarded and
Yes.
is very dangerous to their social order if you teach common people how to think.
Yes, here it is. It's and they changed it, you guys. This is the other thing. If you want to learn about the history of people that the Darwin family and people that believed in this evolution, um, the reason they all became eugenicists, they have to change the name of things all the time
Mm-hmm.
because people start to catch on and go, wait a minute, that sounds really bad. So they'll change it to something with better PR. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's now it's called On the Origin of Species, but originally it was On the Origin of Species by Means of Natural Selection or the Preservation of Favored Races in the Struggle
exactly.
for Life.
Yes. The
Yes.
preservation of favored races. And so the elite do not want to crossbreed with the common people. They
Right.
don't want their kids hanging out with your kids. They
Mm-hmm.
don't want their bloodlines mixing with other bloodlines,
Right.
despite what they say on TV about how, like, we all need to mix together and
Yeah.
become some kind of gray blob. Um, they do not want people to try and transcend their station in life. So,
Yes.
despite some kind of dream of a meritocracy where you can just like pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and if you work hard enough, you can achieve anything, that's not true because there's a glass ceiling that they put into place that you're never going to get above if you don't know what these people are doing to you. So,
Yes.
he talks about the Anglican homily of obedience. So, this is kind of wrapped up in religion too, and the false paradigms that they insert into churches for population control as well. So Yeah, part of the Anglican Church was you need to stay where you're at. Don't try to aspire to anything other than what God has given you. If you're a poor plebe, then just stay that way, and um, that's God's will for you, basically. And it's a very Calvinist, predeterministic
It
way of
is.
thinking, also.
Yes.